So welcome back to Walkin and Talkin with Tim, and today I have a super special guest because this here is Camille K, and Camille is a singer, songwriter, musician, all kinds of bands, original music. It's crazy what this kid's got going on. And so she's only 17. And she's already been on The Voice.
ABT.
I'm sorry?
America's
Got Talent. I'm sorry. America's Got Talent. Sorry, Voice.
All good.
We're not, you're out. It's America's Got Talent. So anyway, so Camille is going to tell you guys exactly what it is where she is right now in the music industry, what she's got going on, and what she's about to do.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Tim. So right now I'm really excited because I actually have a brand new song that's going to be dropping this Friday, April 7th.
What's it called?
It's called Daydreamer.
There you go.
And it's going to be out on all streaming platforms. I'm really excited because it's a song that's a little different than the songs that I've previously released. It's really fun, upbeat, positive, and it's another love song. I love writing love songs. So I'm really looking forward to that. So keep an eye and an ear out for that. Daydreamer by Camille K. And right now I'm just focusing on myself and really continuing to write a lot of more songs. And also I'm in the process of recording a bunch of them as well. Right now I'm recording as much as I can to release brand new songs for you guys. And I'm also continuing to play live solo, also with the Pink Floyd tribute band, and the David Bowie tribute band, and also balance that with my school. So
yeah, who needs school, right? I mean,
I know,
when you've got all that going on, you know. So I assure you, this kid is going to be super popular. She's going to be world renowned before you know it. So stay tuned, follow her because it's nuts, right? So we did talk about where you started, right? So you said at 7 years old you got a guitar.
Mm-hmm.
And that's really where it kind of all started to kick in, right?
Yep.
You said you sang from the time you were walking, you were born, right? You said when you were really, really little, you were just always singing, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So that doesn't surprise me. And then you got a piano, right?
Yep.
When you were, is it 11?
I got that pretty recently, actually.
Oh, so wait, what happened at 11?
Okay, so 11, that's when I started gigging professionally.
That's crazy, right?
Mm-hmm.
So tell them where you play.
So, with the band?
At 11. 11 years old, where'd you play?
11 years old, I had my start at Music Training Center. We would perform at World Cafe Live. We would also perform at the actual place. I was doing some stuff with School of Rock, so we would perform a little bit there too.
Yeah.
And then professional, like paid gig-wise, I started playing with this Pink Floyd tribute band. And we started playing at like bars in Philly where we got our start, and that's really where it all started. It just grew from there.
And what's really interesting about you and your music and the music that you play, you're 17 playing Pink Floyd, David Bowie. I heard you the other day played, Billy Squier, and I'm like, oh my God, we got to have her on the show, right? So I asked you this before, but tell everybody where you get your broad music repertoire from, because it's unusual for someone your age to be throwing out a Billy Squier tune out of the middle of nowhere.
Sure. So basically, ever since I was young, there was always music playing in my household. So my mom, she would always play a lot of like Luther Vandross and like Nat King Cole, Natalie Cole, Sade.
Love
songs, Diana Ross, everything in the house. And so that's where I kind of got my inspiration, love song wise, and like all from all the greats, incredible singers.
Oh yeah.
But when I was a little bit older, I was in the car and I used to listen a lot to Disney Channel.
There you go.
And Disney Channel is a lot of pop, especially and a lot of ads as well. So that's what I got sick and tired of, because like every other song.
I'm a girl, Dad, I understand.
Yeah.
I heard it all.
So like every other song, there'd be another ad. So one day I was in the car with my dad and I asked him, hey Dad, can you just like turn the channel to whatever channel
Right.
you want? And like, it's your pick, I'll listen to whatever. And so he turned it on to WMGK, which is like a classic rock station in my area. And I started listening to classic rock for the first time.
There you go.
And I heard of like Guns N' Roses, Led Zeppelin, Bad Company, Billy Squier, and a bunch of other awesome classic rock bands, and Pink Floyd and everything like that.
Sure.
So that's really where I started to enjoy classic rock, and that just started to broaden like my musical horizons a bit. And then I went into rock band camps, so I started singing a lot of classic rock and playing it on the guitar and stuff like that, and it just grew from there.
Your dad's the best, right?
He's amazing.
So your mom was a singer, so that's obviously helpful, right? You know, so there's a lot of inspiration there, I'm sure, right?
Yep, absolutely.
And your dad putting that on for you probably changed your life.
It did.
How crazy is that? So one flicker, you know, of a knob in the car probably changed your life forever.
It did. Yeah.
That's amazing, right? I love that. Love it. So now, well, let's not come to now just quite just yet, because you've had kind of a long journey and you do all kinds of cool stuff. You said that during COVID you were doing virtual stuff with people around the world, right? So talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, so that's right. During COVID and quarantine, once that all hit, you know, it was definitely a tough time for everybody out there, and especially musicians, because musicians couldn't gig anymore, and for a lot of people that was their work, and it was just a very difficult time, and it was very bleak. So I used that time to really focus on myself more and find my sound. And during quarantine, I would learn so many songs. Every week I'd learn at least 5 songs, and I decided—
Is that all? Just 5?
Sometimes more, but 5 to perform.
5 songs, come on.
5 songs to perform. And then I started doing these live streams every single week, every single Thursday. And there I would perform my songs, and then I would invite a musical guest onto my live stream, and I would interview them, and then I'd allow them to share their music and perform for my audience.
It's taking my job.
So yeah, it was a great time. Just doing the live streams, and it was a great way to spread love, joy, positivity.
So this is why you're going to be a great entertainer. I'm gonna stop that for a second, because we're going to go there. So this is why you're going to be such a great entertainer, is because you are an entertainer. Even to talk to you is entertaining, right? So people are going to know this just from watching this. So before you say what you're about to say, I'm going to ask the question.
Absolutely.
What's your why? Why do you do what you do?
My why is because ever since I was younger, as Tim said, I've always enjoyed music and singing. It's been very therapeutic for me, also in the form of writing and performing, and I find that it's very therapeutic for others listening as well. Music can be healing, and if I can perform and I can touch somebody's heart or give them some comfort, spread joy, love, positivity to anybody watching, then that just really makes my day, and that makes me feel fulfilled. So that's really my why, and why I like to do what I do.
And that's what it's all about, right? This kid's gonna be a rock star. She's gonna be a world-renowned rock star, and mostly because she's just a good person. I've been walking around with her and her mom for an hour now, and you know, you get to know people, and my goodness, she's just such a good human being. You're such a good human that I think that coupled with all that talent, you play guitar, you play piano, you sing. You said the song you're about to drop, you did all the harmonies as well as the lead singing.
And piano too.
And piano. Come on. There's so much talent there, coupled with being a genuine human being, and I think that's what really makes it for most people. That's why people. That's why they're loyal to their rock stars, because they see that, they feel that. You know what I mean? Because whenever something really strange happens with a rock star, right, people stop following, right? It's like, oh no, I can't be associated with that anymore. But, you know, I just think you have such a positive mindset and such great musical ability that your talent is going to take you so far. I can't wait. I can't wait to see how far it's going to go. You know, someday, hey, maybe I'll even get invited backstage when she's playing Wells Fargo.
Absolutely. Thank you.
There you go. And we'll interview her. I'm like, hey, remember me?
It's let's do it.
Remember that day? So, yeah, no. But seriously, I told you that I played music when I was younger, and
Which is amazing.
which was crazy, right? I showed you my 17-year-old picture,
Yep.
all long hair and crazy, right? So, but that was the fun stuff, right? That's what it was all about. I loved, like you do, I love being in front of people because, like you said it to me, like you said that I get to change their mood.
Yeah, it's like an exchange of energies when you're performing. It's a really magical thing.
It really is. And I played drums and I sang, so I used to run around. I used to take the mic and just literally run around the entire place like a madman, because I think that people had fun. I wanted
That's
people to have
awesome.
fun.
Yeah.
It's not just about coming to a show to hear good music, but they want to have a good time. So, I would jump up and stand up on top of the speakers, So what's your
entertainer.
favorite part about being in front of people?
I would say exactly that. Like, yeah, like the.
Do you stand on top of the speakers?
No, maybe I'll have to do that though. Yeah, I mean, I guess I'd just say like having the ability to change somebody's mood, or just getting to play for a lot of people and getting them to hear my music and hopefully like change their day for the better,
Right.
or maybe inspire them as well. And it's just, I guess just playing music in itself is just really fun to me. So I just really enjoy doing it.
Awesome. So the last thing I want to ask you about is, I asked you about actually what your genre was, because I particularly don't think you have a genre. I would lump you in with kind of that Ed Sheeran, like kind of does everything, you're kind of universal. So, but you said kind of an indie pop alternative?
Yeah, I'd say like indie pop, alternative kind of with influences, because I also take influences from R&B, a little bit of classic rock. It really depends on like what song I'm writing and how that really like.
I've heard you sing, and I've heard influences from all that Nat King Cole and Luther Vandross, and
Absolutely.
I hear all that. When you sang at the Marquee Awards, I heard that.
Oh, awesome.
I could hear that talent, that kind of talent. And the cool thing about you is, and I mentioned this while we were walking around, is that you have a very distinct voice, right? I told you my daughter's a singer who also has a distinct voice. You have that distinct voice that I think people just like to listen to.
Thank you very much.
It's warm, it's inviting, it's got that kind of like, you have like that little bit of rasp when you want it, And I'll bet you when you're recording, you don't ever have to double your voice.
I do it now. I don't have to. Well, you don't really.
You don't
have
need to.
I don't need to, but sometimes it's
Just
cool
for
to
effect,
add in
right?
for like effects. It gives like an extra layer of thickness when
I
you
know.
want it, or if you're going for like a different style. But I can do it like both ways,
Right.
But it's fun to also like experiment with different stuff,
Right. So if anybody out there watching this wants to follow you and or find your music, how exactly do they do that?
All right, so you can go ahead and follow me. I'm over at Camille K Music on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. On Spotify and different streaming platforms, I'm over at just Camille K. And you can go ahead and follow me there and follow my musical journey. I truly appreciate that. And yeah, thank you so much, Tim, for having me. It's been a blast talking with you and walking with you. It's been a great time.
No, it's always fun, and it's a beautiful thing.
It is. It's beautiful.
Well, thanks for
Perfect
being on the
weather.
show. Appreciate you.
Absolutely. Thank you.
As all you know, my Life Brand friends, thank you for the t-shirt. And this show is powered by Telecorp Technologies. And to all my buddies out there, remember, follow me on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, Instagram, everything. And remember, keep walking, keep moving, and we will see you next time on Walkin' and Talkin' with Tim.
Absolutely.
Rock and roll, baby.
Woo!